In the Groove was created to discuss music, education, and serving the local community through the Artist Outreach Initiative. The Artist Outreach uses creative talent and an innovative method to teach core curriculum. In the Groove is proudly sponsored by Monk Wilson Mandala, Trials, Transactions, Technology. The Artist Outreach is a Dallas-based nonprofit that uses all types of art forms as a way to engage people toward a better education. Joseph Vincelli, the chief executive and founder, is an inventor and patent holder, an author, a recording artist who has toured the globe under his own name, played the national anthem for 20 years for the Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Stars. Because of his vision and drive for music, he even had a day named after him in Austin, Texas, and was given the key to the city in 3 Texas towns. Joseph initiated the Artist Outreach to help non-musicians understand how music and the arts connect to every facet of our world, and he designed a unique methodology to teach students academic subjects like math and language through music and dance.
Listening is a SEL. I mean,
Absolutely.
I know it's some of these things that we don't often think about, but listening is a huge SEL skill. How well am I listening?
In
and
another
engaging?
segment, we'll be showing an activity that we do called Golden Music, which is all about listening.
Yes, exactly. And so those SEL traits are huge. And then, of course, openness. And so when you have those things happening all the time, you are automatically demonstrating humanity. And you're also, and that's what SEL is all about. It's
Yeah.
truly about the human aspect. How do I really begin to treat the people around me with these levels of openness, these levels of patience, these levels of empathy, all the time?
I'm going to ask both of you this question, but the challenges that we have seen in the United States over the last year and a half, not from a illness perspective, but from the other challenges that we've seen. Do you think that many students of color are in a different headspace? In other words, do we need to see more interest in social emotional learning from that aspect so that they understand their position?
Well, I mean, just going back to connection, if we can't connect to the curriculum, that almost goes back to what you said. Is anyone listening to me? I know I need to learn, but I need to connect. I need to be heard. And so for a very long time, without identity in academics, connection in academics, you're seeing a number of people, African American culture, shutting down and not seeing that the relevance or importance of it.
Yeah.
And I believe by that social emotional learning piece is like saying, wow, we as educators, we need to listen. We as instructors, we need to empathize. And we need to put those things from our side because they're only going to reciprocate or basically give back what we give to them.
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't know if it is so much of just looking at it from a perspective of a particular race as much as it is about humanity.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's more global.
Exactly.
That way.
It is so much bigger than that. And I think that as teachers return in the fall with students who are going to be returning after a year and a half of being out of school, teachers are going to have to really be able to demonstrate some key characteristics moving forward. And that empathy is a huge one. That empathy, openness, being able to listen, those things are going to be key as we move forward. All of our students, no matter who they are and where they come from, they need to be able to see great examples of adults doing the right thing and being able to talk and being able to solve problems through conversation, and dialogue, and discourse, right? And so I think that if anything, our students have been impacted in so many ways by some of the behaviors that they have seen with adults.
Yeah.
And so moving forward, I mean, would you agree with that?
Oh, most definitely.
And so
It's learned.
Yes, everything is learned, right? And so knowing that and understanding that, I think that teachers are going to have to be really keenly aware moving forward. How do I make sure that not only am I teaching the lesson, but how am I making sure that I'm clearly demonstrating social emotional learning with my example first and foremost?
Dr. Gully, as a final question, what would you consider your 2 or 3 main focuses in education?
No, I have a ton of focus.
Okay.
But I would tell you that I really, right now, I think that as we're moving back into COVID, as we're moving away from COVID and past COVID, I really think that we need to be paying very close attention to our students, their needs, their wants. We need to have a really open ear.
Maybe more so than ever.
Exactly. And we need to really listen to our kids moving forward, because when they're telling us something, they're telling us what their needs are. And we have got to be able to be really great listeners and make sure that we are then helping them move from point A to point B. Whatever those needs are, that we are meeting their needs. That's what equity is all about.
Yeah.
It's about meeting the needs of every single student that we have.
Yeah, I've always thought of education that what you do today will be affected over the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had a setback last year, but if we can get the next couple of years really on track, it can springboard us, and not just catch us up, but springboard us into another realm of good quality generations.
Yes.
And it's moving away from standardized to personal.
Yes.
Because now we have to really engage each student, because everyone's different, and you may not be able to see it on a standardized test, but it's going to take some, like you said, connection.
For sure.
Yeah. And so us being better connected, us making sure that there is a high level of intentionality as we move forward in terms of how we engage and listen and hear our students, that's going to be really critical.
Awesome.
Fair enough. Well, I want to thank our guest, Dr. LaDonna Gully, who is the Director of Leadership and Empowerment at Mesquite ISD. Of course, Joel McCrae, our music producer at the Artist Outreach. I'm Joseph Vincelli, the Chief Executive and the host of In The Groove, and the CEO at the Artist Outreach.
And I've always wanted to do this. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, that means it's a wrap, right? Okay. I want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to educate the community, and we thank you for listening today of In The Groove.